experts predicted the best 100 players of the upcoming season. We thought we'd get into it when it comes to how two certain backs popped up on this list. Max's fave, Saquon Barkley, came in at number 16, but Zeke Elliott sits at number 24 on the list, 4 spots before his own quarterback, Dak Prescott, who's ranked number 20. RC back here with us. Stephen A., you think it's fair to put Saquon ahead of Zeke?
No, I do not, because I'm not looking at their talent. I'm looking at their level of productivity. There's plenty of people who are talented, and that doesn't mean that they produce when it's time. I'm certainly not accusing Saquon Barkley of that, because he's a guy that's explosive at any given moment. He's a game changer and a game breaker. He's electrifying, he's box office, and he's a superstar. But Ezekiel Elliott is just a workhorse. In 3 of the 4 seasons that he's played, with the exception of I think it was 2017 when he missed the final 6 games, and he had 242 carries, and the Cowboys missed the playoffs, obviously. Ezekiel Elliott, in the 3 full seasons that he's been a member of the Dallas Cowboys, he has had over 300 carries. He's had 1,600-yard season. He's had a 1,400-yard season. Last year, he had a 1,300-yard season. He still has his share of receptions. He is Mr. Reliable, Mr. Workhorse. He is a guy that you can give the ball to and say, this is your offense. Carry us. A matter of fact, we were appalled, and we believed one of the reasons why Jason Garrett is not the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys is because there were pivotal moments where he didn't get Ezekiel Elliott the football. So I look at it from that perspective. He can't be as elusive as Saquon Barkley. He's not as electrifying as Saquon Barkley. He can't dance on you and look like the second coming of Barry Sanders like Saquon Barkley. But every single game, he's there, he's durable, he puts in his numbers, he's reliable. I can trust that when he's on the field, this brother is going to do this. It ain't going to be 200 yards one game, 80 yards another. Just consistent model of consistency, day in, day out, week in and week out. 5.1 yards per carry, 4.1, 4.7, 4.5 yards a carry. This is what Ezekiel Elliott does. I can't ignore that.
Stephen A., what's your boy say about fair?
It's a place where they judge pigs. It doesn't exist. My boy Jeff Brown says that.
It ain't about fair. It's about real. This is about real. Of course, Saquon Barkley's better than Ezekiel Elliott. Everyone with eyes knows it. Saquon Barkley is bigger, stronger, faster, and more elusive, also stays out of trouble off the field, and is a great team leader. Now, is Ezekiel Elliott more well-rounded? Does he block better, run between the tackles better? Yeah, so far he has a little more experience, but so far he's been more of that kind of player, but it doesn't matter because Saquon Barkley's talent and work ethic, not that Ezekiel Elliott doesn't have a work ethic, but he is just differently talented, basically, than anyone who ever lived at that size to be doing that. Let me tell you something. Jordan Ronan has a great article on ESPN.com right now predicting Saquon is going to get over 2,500 yards from scrimmage this year, partly because Jason Garrett's the offensive coordinator. You know, Ezekiel Elliott, one of the reasons he may be slowing down is because he's been overused. Well, that may happen to Saquon right now. And the reason Saquon isn't universally accepted already as by far the best in the game is opportunity. If you swapped him and Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, and McCaffrey's great. I love McCaffrey. But Saquon's 30 pounds bigger and faster than McCaffrey and at least as elusive. He would be putting up absurd numbers. Let's not forget, as a rookie, behind a bad offensive line, without a quarterback, basically, Saquon Barkley put up more yards from scrimmage than Ezekiel Elliott ever has in his career. Over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. And he had 15 touchdowns as a rookie. Then he got banged up his second season, running behind not a good offensive line with a rookie quarterback, and didn't have a great statistical season by his standards. But according to everything, the way he's looking preseason, the coaching, the additions the Giants made to the offensive line, the fact that it's Danny Dimes' second season, Saquon Barkley's about to do some things. But even just going on as an age 21-year-old rookie season, he does things no one else can do, and that includes Ezekiel Elliott. It's fair because Saquon's better, and everyone knows it.
Man, I hate to come on here and agree with Max. And, the last few times he said things and I've been able to go back at him and have these conversations that I step off the screen and I'm like, shoot, I just went at it with Max. Max, freaking Ivy League educated. I'm pretty dang smart. But he's right this time. And I get the stats, though, Stephen A. And you talk about the productivity of Ezekiel Elliott throughout his career. That productivity has dropped a little bit. You go back to last season, there's only 4 rushes of over 20 yards. Of top 10 running backs, that's the worst. And it kind of brings me back to a discussion I used to have with people when I was growing up. I'm a huge Barry Sanders fan. Barry Sanders was my favorite running back of all time. And it was always that discussion, who is it? Is it Barry or is it Emmitt Smith? And Emmitt Smith had the better line. Emmitt Smith had the better quarterback. He was a part of the better organization at the time. And so those numbers would pile up. And then by the time that they retired, because Barry ended early, Emmitt had all these numbers. But when you watch the game, when you looked at it, you say, hey, man, that dude right there who just made 4 people miss behind the line of scrimmage and only got 2 yards because the rest of the team came, he's different. He's the one. And he has negative 10 yards right now, but he's going to finish the game with 200. That's the type of talent we see in Saquon Barkley and maybe a little bit more. And obviously, Max has killed you with the stats and shown you all of what they can do. He's just more talented. And that's not only talk about more talented, and Max did a good job. He didn't want to say that Ezekiel Elliott doesn't work hard. I've seen Ezekiel Elliott have videos in Cabo. I've seen Ezekiel Elliott put out videos at restaurants. And I work out a ton. I do a ton of working out, and I don't post videos. So I get that people don't have to do that. But most of the time you see Saquon Barkley, he is in the gym. When you see Saquon Barkley in this offseason, he has been in the weight room.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.